Alright, so it's morning 245 here, and today we're taking a look at Prince Adam and the Sky Sled, so stay tuned.
By the power of Grayskull.
So this is the Sky Sled and Prince Adam, and now I believe the Bola, I think it's called the Bola Ram vehicle. I could be wrong. It had like a detachable Sky Sled in the vintage line, which unfortunately I don't have that vehicle. But um, no but there was no Sky Sled, released by itself, and this one has a lot of cool pieces and interchangeable parts, even where you can make it different in other ways, and I'll show you how that is. And it comes, like I said, it comes included with a Prince Adam figure, which the vintage one was a single carded figure, I believe. So this one actually comes with a vehicle. So we'll take a look at him after we do the packaging. So let's get with the packaging first. So the Prince Adam Sky Sled comes with this very big box here, as you can see, and this is a very vintage-like box too. Like vehicles and like stuff came in a big window box like this, and as you can see, it's got Prince Adam Sky Sled at the top there, and the Master Universe logo. And it's hard for me to picture the entire box because it's a pretty big box. And as you can see, the artwork there is Prince Adam, and on the Sky Sled there, as you can see, new for 20 because this came out in 2020. And which I think I got this at Walmart. I can't remember. 2 vehicles in one, replace mantle and panels for Skeletor War, so I'll show you that here in a little bit, and for use with Master Universe Origins figures. You can see on the back, shows you how to interchange the pieces, and it's got some pretty cool artwork on the back there, to Prince Adam using this against Skeletor, which, if you notice, this is a Battle Armor Skeletor, as you can see, which I think we did get a Battle Armor Skeletor in this line, which I do have. I had the vintage one, and I also have vintage Battle Armor He-Man too, but so I'll do reviews on those too when I get those. And there's also other characters like Man-at-Arms, Trapjaw, Beastman, there's Castle Grayskull in the background, and so very vintage. There's also other figures and stuff that is available or was when this came out. So that's pretty much it for the box. So let's get on to the Sky Sled first. So here's the Sky Sled itself. And I did say I was going to do Prince Adam first, but I decided to get this out of the way, then we'll get into the included Prince Adam figure. But as you can see, it's very, very vintage-like feel to it. There's not a whole lot of paint deco or anything like that on here. But you can see it does have one rotating barrel at the front, right here, which these on the sides are stationary. They don't move at all, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't think these are... Well, they kind of pivot there a little bit, as you can see, but not very much. And these could probably unpeg too, but I don't want to risk breaking it. There's a hole right here, which I'll show you what that's for here in a minute. But see, it looks like it would kind of float, which I don't know if this thing would float or not, because it's not really intended as a boat, but it does kind of look like a watercraft vehicle, though, when you think about it. And so there's your exhaust, or your what propels the Sky Sled, and where you would sit. And how you sit on this thing looks very awkward to do. It looks like you'd put your hamstrings in a bad bind trying to ride this thing. But as you can see, now the interchangeable pieces include these side panels and the head, which I have right here with me. And there's also actually on the barrel there's a blast effect you can plug in here, which I had at the beginning of the video, which that's pretty cool actually. So now the interchangeable pieces, because they include the side panels and the head. So what you do is you undo the side panels from the side here, and the head just comes right off like so. So now you got a half dismantled Sky Sled. So you replace the pieces like so, and you got this alternate head. As you can see now, it's Skeletor Sky Sled, because now it's got like the dragon emblem and the snake head instead of the eagle head like on the heroic warrior. So the snake men or evil warriors, so that makes sense why they would make the evil version a snake head. And then this also comes with a display base, as you can see. It's got like a, move that out of the way. It's got like a kind of like a sand texture to it, and it's got a stand and articulated point here. Now the problem with this is not something you want to take in and out because this is a very tight squeeze. I never got it out earlier, so you get it in there. So so as you can see, it's a very tight fit in there. It's not going to come back out easily. So this is not something I would recommend you try to take on and off. So if you want to put it on there, put it on there and leave it, or if you don't want to, just take it out and and leave it. Just don't try to keep forcing it on and on because you could wind up snapping something. So now Prince Adam can ride on this. Now it's a little awkward trying to get him on this thing because the way because there's pegs on the side right here for his foot to peg onto, which first you can get him to hold the handles. Let me move my camera up a little bit so you can see better. Okay. So you can get his hands to hold on to the handles there, which you probably don't have to peg him onto the foot pegs because it doesn't really want to reach good. But that's kind of how it would look. Let me lift my camera up just a little bit more. So yeah, that's how it would look. That would put your thigh muscles in a very bad bind, and you would probably be very sore after riding this thing like that. But yeah, that's the way they wrote on it in the Filmation series. A very awkward position to ride in. But so that's pretty cool, pretty iconic though. Which theoretically, you could say he stole this from Skeletor, I guess, when he escaped Snake Mountain because it's got the Skeletor stuff on it. But so let's take a look at Prince Adam. So the only accessory that Prince Adam comes with is his power sword here, as you can see, and which is a very pink power sword. Which they've done this because the vintage figure had a purplish maroon power sword. Which unfortunately I don't have the vintage accessory to compare it to, but as you can see, it's got the very Alcala style power sword. Now the problem with this accessory is this is the older version where it had the bigger handle, and Prince Adam cannot hold on to this. It just, as you can see, it just falls right out of his hand because the handle is so big. He can't get a good grip on it. So put it in there, it just falls back out. Actually, I hit my finger that time, but as you can see, he doesn't get a good grip on it, and it ended up just falling out of his hand. That's why I don't display him with it on display. But still, pretty very classic accessory for Prince Adam to come with. Very retro. So for articulation, Prince Adam has very standard articulation for his figures. He's got buzzer on his head, hinge at his shoulder and a swivel, hinge and swivel at his elbow there, a hinge and a swivel at his wrist, a swivel at his waist there, which can be popped apart. As you can see, they pop the head off with it. So get that back on. He's got a ball joint at the hip there, a hinge at the hip as well, a bend at the knee, boot cut articulation, hinge and ankle pivot. So pretty good articulation. So let's take a look at the details on Prince Adam. And now if you have the Origins He-Man, you already know what to expect here because it's basically the same figure with different paint colors, which that's how the vintage figure was. Now the only difference is Prince Adam has the vest on like he always does. Now, which is a separate piece, but it's not actually intended to be removable. Mine actually had come unglued right here, so I can actually remove mine. So I can, to do this, you got to pop off his arms. As you can see, it kind of shakes everything. And take the vest off like so. Put his arms back on, and now you got classic Prince Adam just in his shirt there. Same figure as He-Man, just with different colors. And now the vintage figure had like a cloth good vest, and this one is a plastic rubber material. And which the belt was also a cloth good, I think. Which fortunately mine is missing the vintage one's missing the belt, so but I can't compare that to it. So let me get the vest back on here, which is I want to cooperate. There we go. So yeah, so he will be displayed with the vest on because it looks incomplete without his vest. But so and a very pink vest too. The vintage one was more of kind of like a brown color. This one's kind of pink, more like the Filmation series. And then you see the belt is actually a sculpted piece this time instead of a elastic band. And you can see he's got the open his vest a little bit. He's got his a black belt and purple underwear, kind of like the early version of Skeletor. And he's got his white shirt on underneath, white wrist bracers. Same hand as He-Man. Actually, this one has a second ripping hand because he's got to be able to rip onto the Sky Sled. And that was a big problem with vintage figures. They had an open hand and they have to hold on to stuff one handed. So that's actually an improvement. He's got his classic purple tights, which I myself always wondered how purple tights hides Ab's identity. It doesn't work very good. I mean, you can tell it's not a very good disguise. He's also got his boots, which have white fur and they're purple, which kind of adds to the weirdness of this figure. But still pretty cool figure though. So it's comparison time. So as you can see, here's the new Origins Prince Adam, standing alongside his vintage counterpart. And as you can see, they basically try to do the same figure here. But as you can see, the vest colors are different. The vintage one has it's more of like a kind of a brownish color, and the Origins one is pink, kind of to match the Filmation series. And also the vintage one is like a cloth piece of felt, kind of, and the new one is rubber, and which I guess now rubber does deteriorate over time. So if you have rubber stuff, you need to store it in or display in an air conditioned place because heat and stuff really deteriorates rubber. So say watch out for it. Which felt too it wears out over time too. So which I think rubber would last a little bit longer than that felt stuff. So here he is compared to other He-Man figures from Origins line. And as you can see on the left of Prince Adam, there is a normal He-Man figure, which shares the same head as the Prince Adam figure. So like how in Filmation, it looks exactly the same, just different clothes. And which on the right of him there is the black one is Anti-Eternia He-Man, which is the updated head, which I like better. And beside him is Faker, which also has the updated head. And which reviews on those two will come soon too. So what do I think of this set overall? I really do like this set, and this is an iconic vehicle, and I don't like the fact that it's hard to unplug from the base. That causes some problems. But usually I have it displayed on the base, so I mean it really ain't as big of an issue. But yeah, it does make a pretty cool display piece too, as you can see here. And so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. That help me a lot, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time.